Lindsay Lopez with Form Pilates, and on today's business vlog, we're talking about why it's so hard to ask for what you want and what to do about it. So let's first think about why it's so hard. Why is it so hard to ask for what we want? Well, I've talked about this a lot, and being in a fitness and wellness industry, we're constantly helping, healing, teaching people. So asking for what we want, or even thinking about what we want, is not in our day-to-day nature. Also, as women, we're taught to be nice. We're not taught to be strong. We're not taught to ask for what we want because we think that that means that we're full of ourselves. We're afraid someone's going to say, well, who does she think she is, asking for what she wants.
Get her off the street. Oh, yeah. She likes the boys in the band. She says that
But let's go a little deeper here. We don't really think that we deserve it. I know for me, in a lot of areas in my life, I've had a story. I've made up a story about how this is hard or this is intimidating for me. I think about that story a lot, and then I actually verbalize that story to other people. So when you're trying to change something that's deep, and we're not necessarily talking about childhood stuff, although the stuff we do on the couch can be helpful, but think about the things in your life that you're thinking about a lot, right? Those negative stories you're thinking about a lot. And then maybe try to change the story, have an affirmation or a different thought, a different story that you can create. And then really be aware of what you're actually saying out loud. So if thoughts are powerful, words are even more so. Another reason that we might be afraid of asking for what we want is we're afraid of failure. One of my favorite authors and business gurus, Seth Godin, has an awesome quote about failure, and it goes like this: "The person who fails the most wins. Because in order to keep failing, you've got to be good enough to keep playing." So failure is inevitable, and being afraid of it is okay, but you shouldn't let it stop you from moving forward. So now that we figured out why it's so hard to ask for what we want, let's figure out what we can do about it. So I know we talk a lot about, how Pilates mirrors life, but it's very similar in this situation. It's like a muscle. Asking for what you want isn't easy in the beginning, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. So find some light ways that you can ask for what you want, right? Maybe it's just asking for the meal that you want, or going to the venue that you want, or maybe it's even saying no to something that you don't want. So really just start with something small and work up. The next thing you can do is to really go and play. Lean in 3 years into your future and imagine the most amazing life that you can for yourself. Don't censor yourself, don't think about how you're going to get there, but just play and have fun thinking about all the possibilities in your personal and your business life. And then it's really fun to date yourself. Do some awesome things for your inner artist. There's that great book by Julia Cameron called The Artist's Way, and it gives you a lot of ideas and ways that you can take yourself out on an artist date. Maybe there's a movie that you want to see. Maybe there's an art exhibit that you want to see, a favorite food. Don't wait to go with a friend. Nurture your inner artist, nurture your inner self, and take yourself out on a date. It'll really change how you feel about yourself, and you're going to become more confident that way. I'm Lindsay Lopez, signing off from the core.
The sun just changed and you got some like God light over you.
Oh, I love that. Okay.